Hey guys, it's Doja Cat. This is my story growing up in California. My mom painted for a really long time. My grandma is also a painter. A lot of that inspired me to take up fashion and visual experimental things, and I thank them a lot for that. I feel like it really helped me a lot. They have great taste, they have a good eye, and it kind of drove me in the right direction. My mom is like a hippie from the 60s. Super chill with most things. When it came to music and everything, she wanted to be a part of it. She wanted to hear it. She was always excited whenever I was like, hey, you want to come hear this? I know that my aunt was a singer. She looked out for me when I was little. She was there. She'd help raise me with my mom. She gave me singing lessons when I was younger to get into a performing arts school. It was really nice being around, musicians and singers and stuff like that. So I started dancing when I was 5 or 6. I know my first dance class I ever took was Bharatanatyam dance, a very different style of dance from what I took on for the rest of my life. I feel like it taught me how to kind of be emotive and control my body in a special way. I remember when I was 5 years old, I moved from Rye, New York to an ashram in Sherman Oaks. You had Sunday school, and you'd go to temple on Sundays and sing bhajans, which is the songs and whatnot that you sing. The Swami for my ashram was Alice Coltrane. That was incredible for me to be around at such a young age. She would sing and it was captivating. I wrote a song when I was 8 for my mom. I don't remember how it goes. I mean, I kind of do, and I'm definitely not telling anybody what the lyrics were. I'm kind of ashamed. I don't know why. It's too mushy for me. Obviously, it's something written by an 8-year-old, so it's not entirely sophisticated. I could definitely say that was my first song I ever wrote. But that was when I lived on the ashram, and I knew I wanted to sing, but I never thought I would. It was just something I tried. My first gig ever was at a very small bar called Six in Echo Park. I couldn't breathe. I could get the words out, but it wasn't how I wanted it to be. I tried to dress up, and I was trying to look interesting, at least a little bit, and my outfit was just horrendous. I don't want to say the wrong thing because I don't want to influence people to be like, F school, because it's not like that. It was really hard for me, school, and all I cared about was dance, English, and lunch. Honestly, I was supposed to go to school, but then I got high. Right after high school, I would sit in my room and look for music and look for beats. I was a hipster for sure. I was trying to find stuff before it was cool type kid. That was me. I found a couple beats, and I remember having GarageBand on my laptop or my desktop computer, which was on the floor, and then I would just put a blanket over my head and start recording stuff into GarageBand with my built-in mic. And it was interesting for me because I never heard my own voice recorded before, ever. And then years passed, and I had this boyfriend when I was 20 years old or something like that. He gave me a MIDI keyboard. Yeah, he just surprised me with it. He just kind of mailed it to me. I was like, what do you expect me to do with this? And he was like, just try it. I'm like, all right. I started making stuff and recording it, and then I put my voice on top, and I just kept doing it. And then I was like, let me just stream this. Maybe there's some cool people on the internet who want to see what I'm doing. Then I just go on Instagram every day and just keep making music. There was one time where it was a 7-day period of me making these songs, 1 song a day. So I had 7 songs. Basically, that's an album. So I had made a whole full album. I didn't have any real goal to put it out. I just know that if I can do that, then I feel like I can just keep going. The only challenge I ever had was addiction. Alcohol and cigarettes were my thing, and weed was my thing, and I would smoke and smoke and smoke, and like I'd be chain smoking, and it would mess with my voice, it would mess with my energy. I shouldn't be telling people this, but I did acid one time, and it helped me quit cigarettes. It was definitely just one of the biggest challenges in my life. And it happened, and people called me and were like, congratulations, like you hit #1. And they're like, I'm like, thanks, blah, blah, hung up the phone. And not even like an hour later, I hear a beep outside, and it is 10 cars lined up on the road, completely empty road. And it's one of those cul-de-sac type of vibes where all the houses look the same kind of thing. And I come outside and everybody's like, congratulations! We celebrated in the middle of the street for like a good 10 minutes, and I hugged everybody. And the Grammys was a different experience for me. It was the first show that I ever cried like a baby after performing, you know. The best experience of my life, probably, hands down. I've never felt that way. It kind of showed me a different side of myself, for sure. So for the next project, it's gonna be similar to Hot Pink in the sense that each of the songs are very different from each other, but this one is in its own lane because it's a little more consistent. I'm excited about putting out R&B and to be, you know, exploring different lanes and things like that. If I could tell everybody everything, they would probably sweat their brains out and die. Unbelievable what we have coming next, and I hate to be vague, but it's gonna be very exciting. All right, that's it. Thanks, guys. I'm Doja Cat, and I'm glad you watched. Stay tuned for more.